Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Wow. Well, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are both running for president, but they haven't directly engaged so far until yesterday. Hillary Clinton took time out of her busy campaign schedule to go after Donald Trump directly. Here's what she said.
Mr. Trump insults and dismisses women. He's been throwing a lot of heat my way. I do find a lot of what he says pretty ridiculous. Whenever he is pressed about the things he says about women, he says he loves women. In fact, to quote him, he cherishes us. Well, if it's all the same to you, Mr. Trump, I'd rather you stop cherishing women and start respecting women.
And as the drip, drip, drip continues with this email server scandal, you know, she would love to talk about the war on women and put Donald Trump in her crosshairs and also try to be the champion for the middle class rather than talk about the hot water that she's in and how she potentially put our national security at risk by having this private email server. Anyway, of course, Donald Trump, his ears were burning while she was talking about him in New Hampshire, and he fired back on Twitter saying this: Hillary said such nasty things about me, read directly off her teleprompter, but there was no emotion, no truth, just can't read speeches.
Oh, boy. Yeah, she would like to turn the tables right now. She did. Remember, she came back from vacation early because of sagging poll numbers. Is this the wisest move? She's had to answer questions on MSNBC directly about her email server scandal. All the headlines are about that. Hiring this IT guy at the State Department to manage this server.
It's unbelievable. She's got an awful lot of guts to level this attack on Trump.
Right. It hasn't worked out for anybody else.
She's married to. Here's a question. Who's treated her with greater disrespect, Donald Trump or her husband? I mean, it's like not even a close contest. I mean, let's like stop pretending here. And by the way, pretending that an attack on one woman is an attack on all women is mindless.
Yeah,
I don't know why no one calls her on that.
We don't want special treatment as women. We want equal treatment. And Donald Trump doesn't care who he's attacking, man or woman. He doesn't discriminate.
Well, let's take a look at these new polls out this morning, because we've seen a lot of the polls matching up Republican candidates against one another. But now look at Democrats versus Republicans, a head-to-head matchup. Donald Trump out on top in this new USA poll, a USA Today survey poll, 45% to 40% right now. Donald Trump against Bernie Sanders, 44-40, and Donald Trump within the margin of error at the very bottom there with Joe Biden at 42%.
It's funny, Biden does better than Hillary Clinton. So obviously Democrats are upset about Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton is. She wouldn't be attacking him if she weren't. But also Republicans in Washington, very upset about Donald Trump. They see him as a threat to their power. A lot of people would like to knock Trump off, stop the Trump phenomenon before it gets so big that he becomes the nominee. Is that possible?
Well, it's been called the summer of Trump. Summer's coming to a close. It's Labor Day weekend. Does that have anything to do with it? Well, we debated it earlier. We heard from a Republican strategist and a Democratic strategist about what it would take to knock Donald Trump out. Let's take a listen.
Everyone in America loves success, and Donald Trump is successful. I think it's going to take a Howard Dean moment to actually knock Trump out. I do not believe that Trump is going to be the Republican nominee.
We have to start calling Trump's candidacy a movement. I hate to say that. I'm a Democrat. I hope that whoever the nominee for the Democrats is going to win. I hope that's Hillary. I really think that Hillary and certainly Bernie Sanders, if he ends up being the nominee, better start taking Trump seriously, because I think he's going to be the Republican nominee.
And meanwhile, we saw that poll that showed Donald Trump at 44% versus a potential Joe Biden candidacy at 42%. So in that matchup, Joe seems to be doing better. Yeah. But according to political insiders this morning, it appears that Joe Biden will not be running. Insiders say the vice president's wife also doesn't want to be in the spotlight of being first lady. And look, he's done it twice before. He's ran twice before to little effect. So will Biden actually back out? We don't know for sure yet, but that's what
his wife is Jill Biden. She's a professor of education at a community college outside Washington, and reports suggest she's already signed up for a full new year of classes. So that may tell you something. I hope that's not true. I hope Joe Biden is running. I'm not a big Democrat, but I like Joe Biden, and I think that Democrats have a right to a real choice.
But doesn't Jill still teach there, even as
She's taught there throughout his vice presidency.
Right. So
but the point is that she is apparently re-upped for a new year of classes. Would she be doing this, I guess, is a suggestion, if she thought her husband were running? I don't know more than that. I have no special insight into this. But I do think, again, Democrats ought to have a real choice. It shouldn't be between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. I mean, come on. There's got to be another real candidate
Well, and
here.
we did hear from him just a few days ago, and he said, I don't know, truthfully, if my family and I have the strength to do this following the tragic death of our son.